Welcome to the 5 Keys to Self-Awareness, where you'll learn to transform negative patterns in the way you see yourself and create enriching relationships. So this is what happens when the strongest aspect to the sun, the strongest contact to the sun in the horoscope, which is all about identity, comes from Jupiter. So imagine you're with somebody who has a Sun-Jupiter aspect. They'll be very confident, kind of funny, humorous, I think, sometimes overconfident, very certain of themselves, convinced that their way is the right way. And they're very interested in getting knowledge and gaining wisdom, so they tend to be quite intelligent. But the negative side of that is that they can be like a bit dismissive of what you think or other people think. You know, there's a kind of division whether somebody's intellectually up to the mark, so to speak. And the reason they're kind of like that is that they often have a childhood where there was a well-traveled father or a well-educated father, or people in the authority figures in the childhood who believed in the power of education, who opened up sort of new horizons. But there's also a kind of sense that these people were quick to judge, and pass judgment if you did anything wrong. This feeling that they're really sensitive about what's right and what's wrong. They may even have been sort of up against sort of political, religious, or ideological people in their childhood, which affected their sensitivity to opinions. So when you're with somebody like this, you can often feel a little bit inferior, or they don't listen to your arguments. You're not allowed to have your own opinions, or at least they try to persuade you. And this can be a little bit sort of irritating. So you need to get the partner to stop that and to listen to your point of view. They need to know that if they want to get intelligent, and they do, then they have to listen to other people. But anyway, Sun, Jupiter in a partner's horoscope generally brings someone with considerable wisdom, great intelligence, who opens up new worlds intellectually and through travel. But what if you have Sun, Jupiter? What's that like? I think that you've probably experienced in childhood people who judged you and made you feel like oversensitive about whether you did things right or wrong. So you tend to judge yourself quite a lot in that sense. Are you doing it right or wrong? You don't want people telling you what to do or what's right or wrong. That's something you don't like. You feel that you know all the answers yourself, or you're going to find them out. So the problem with Sun Jupiter is that you filter out viewpoints that you don't agree with, and this diminishes your what you know. And if it gets bad like that, you can be arrogant about what you know and sort of all-knowing, so to speak. And as I mentioned, this is like probably because of the competitive intellectual environment in your childhood, a father who laid down the law but was kind of interesting anyway, or other authorities or teachers who either judged your intellectual capacity or judged you in other ways. So what you need to do, you need to be aware of the mechanism that in you that sorts what people are saying, what you're hearing, between true and false. You've got this mechanism. It's like, that's no good. That's stupid. Oh yeah, okay, that's all right. That kind of is a kind of failing, really. So you need to listen. Don't pontificate. Don't give your opinion unless someone asks for it. You're probably pretty humorous, and cultivate humor and self-deprecation, and that kind of smooths over the flaws. So when you're conscious of this kind of behavior, your sense of optimism and faith in the future is kind of contagious, inspires other people. So you've got a lot to learn and a lot to teach.